So we have some breaking news. It appears that the oil market has completely crashed. And I mean literally crashed. Oil is selling for, well, it's not even selling anymore. Producers are literally giving away oil. I'm not kidding. So this is according to Business Insider. U.S. oil prices plummeted in historic fashion on Monday, hitting their lowest level on record as traders unloaded positions ahead of the May contract's Tuesday expiration. So West Texas Intermediate crude for oil futures for May delivery cratered by as much as 108% to a total of negative $1.43 a barrel. Do you understand that? Like that's negative. Holy crap. Now, the selling had WTI on track to close at its lowest levels since record keeping began in March 1983. According to Dow Jones market data, the June contract was trading lower by 12.5% at $21.99 a barrel, but we're not there anymore. We're not there. Gone. Now, according to Phil Flynn, senior market analyst at Price Futures, told Fox Business, quote, "The May contract is a horror show, heading into the worst delivery situation in history." And he notes that with demand still dead and OPEC plus cuts not hitting fast enough, the market looks like it has no bottom. There is no bottom to this barrel. It's gone. Oil futures, gone. What is going on here? All right. So a lot of this, of course, has to do with the negotiations, of course, between Russia and Saudi Arabia when it comes to oil. OPEC, again, not cutting production. So we've got actually a veritable surplus of incredibly cheap oil. And we've got strategic reserves here in America and other countries getting filled up with all of that cheap oil. And so here you go. We have an oil crash. Gone. Now, a lot of that also has to do with demand. There's actually a lot less demand because nobody's out there traveling. And so we're not traveling. Coronavirus has people staying at home, obviously. And so there's just no need. And so cratered, gone. In fact, demand for crude is projected to fall by 29 million barrels per day this month, according to the International Energy Administration, as COVID-19 has forced countries around the world to issue stay-at-home orders to slow the spread of the disease. Lower economic activity, of course, means weaker demand for crude oil and its byproducts, including gasoline and jet fuel. Of course, almost nobody's traveling by jet either. So, I mean, that's huge. Now, I mentioned the Strategic Oil Reserve. So let me go to that. They have some information here as well about the storage tanks in Cushing, Oklahoma. That is a key U.S. oil hub that is filling up at an astounding rate. Inventories have ballooned by 48% to about 55 million barrels. Capacity at the hub is about 76 million barrels, according to the EIA. So we are filling that up immediately. And so now, of course, people are worried about this. You've got investors that are freaking out, obviously. And so I haven't seen anybody jumping out of windows yet, but it might be coming soon. So wouldn't this be a great time with oil cratering, essentially, because there's little demand for it at this point? Maybe we should start, I don't know, pushing more solar. Just because might be a good thing. That's just my humble opinion, because, look, I'm trying to figure out what exactly I need to say here to make a good, compelling argument with oil so cheap. Because here's the thing, right? So you have oil that's cheap. People are going to double down on oil. Well, obviously, it's super, super cheap. So we should just be able to go to, continue with our business as usual when stuff picks up. But wait a minute, we have an opportunity here to start really doing investment in solar. And so that's the direction that I want to go here, is since we no longer have a need right now for the oil markets, why not just get rid of them? Just get rid of it. Oil's not worth anything anyway right this moment. I'm sure it will rebound here soon. But while we have the opportunity, why not just double down on alternative energy like, again, solar power. Why not take the opportunity that COVID-19 has presented and actually create a better world? I mean, that's my argument for that. So you want to actually come out of this doing better for the world, then that's the obvious direction you want to go. Now, if you want to continue to double down on the old, that what kind of got us here, the older policies that favor big corporations, well, then you're going to go with helping the oil companies and things like that. I'm not in favor. I'm not in favor of that. I'm not in favor of the corporate socialism of giving oil companies more money. Because imagine, like, right now, the White House is probably in a panic. And what are they going to want to do? They're going to want to bail out oil companies, because of course they would. Oh my God! Look at the poor oil corporations. Oh my God, we must help them. Like, literally, Charles Koch is probably having a heart attack right now. Oh my God, oil! The price of oil gone. It was down before this, and I think we should strike while the iron is hot and actually go and do something on solar, and actually do more solar and more wind and more stuff that actually does help the planet. Because when we come out of this, and we eventually will, that demand's going to pick right back up for energy. And I would rather us have renewable, clean energy to go back to than just go back to the status quo, which was, of course, more pollution, more oil, and more record profits for oil companies. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a patreon.com/TYTNation set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.